I'm gonna have to go like this. There. Okay. Hey everybody, sorry for the weirdness. I was having trouble with it. We are obviously not in our home. We are visiting Sarah. So
I'm here in person.
Yeah.
I'm not a little box in the corner.
Yeah. So we had a bit of a problem with the internet and then setting up because we're not doing the screen capture. So sorry about that. But yeah, this is the book that we did, The Warrior Maiden, which was Sarah's recommendation. So she gets to start.
Oh, great, thanks. I loved it. No, I'm just kidding. I love the beginning because I loved how she was very confident in herself and decided to control her own destiny and not let other people dictate who she was and what she was going to do with her life. And then she went off to war, and it kind of rolled down a hill like a dung beetle pushing the ball.
It's like, cute guy, lose my head.
And I don't like internal monologues that are always just like, he's so handsome, he should take off his shirt, I want to, what is he thinking about me too? Oh, my heart, it's racist when he talks. Oh no, maybe that's just because we're at war, but maybe not, I don't know. Does he feel the same way? And then it just was like a lot of that internal struggle of, do they feel the same way? And even if they do, we can't be together. And that gets really old really fast. And then, like, I literally was yelling out loud, like, ew, and gross, and you're so stupid. Way too many times.
Yeah. We were listening to the book on tape driving down here, and we were the exact same way. Our sister in the back, Ashley, she was getting so irritated with us and the book because the book was stupid, and we were just like,
We were
dying.
no.
We were like
Literally.
crying out if we like were actually physically wounded in agony.
Yeah.
And that's not dramatic.
We literally,
They called me up and were like, how far are you? And I said, I finished it. Why? They're like, well, good, then we can yell at you. Like, oh dear.
And we didn't even finish.
Yeah, and then I started talking about the end, and they're like, what? I'm like, oh, I thought you finished it too. No, we don't want to finish it because it's so horrible. I'm like, oh, great. Okay, just making sure it's streaming.
I'm paranoid. Yeah, literally, we were 4 hours away from being done.
And we're like, this should have ended already.
Yeah, we were already like, please stop.
Well,
And
I was
why we
listening
finished
to
the
it
playlist.
with my husband, and he was like, how is there 3 more CDs left in this? Shouldn't this be the ending? I'm like, yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Well, it wasn't worth the last 3 CDs. We should have just ended there, and I think we're all in agreement that that was a good ending, and everything after that was just
Yeah, it should have
forced.
ended after the war or the battle or whatever they won ended. That's when it should have ended. That would have been fine. I would have even been okay with an open ending of them they didn't end
Did
up
they
together.
get together? Yeah. Did they reveal their true feelings?
I
Yeah,
was like,
literally that would have been better.
I was so, she goes off to war, she fights, she's actually kind of good, she can't do hand in hand, whatever, that's fine, she's not perfect.
I like that.
Then she gets shot and wounded, and then she's like, oh, I'm a girl, and then he obviously changes how he treats her, and I'm like, I was really rooting for the original story of Mulan.
This isn't anything like Mulan, though.
No,
Really.
no, it's not. But it's her name, and
Yeah.
basically that's it.
Her pretending to be a man to be a warrior.
Right. So I wanted her to be going through the whole war. You know, nobody knows. She gets honors and whatnot, and then sent home. And then her friends in arms come and visit her, and they're like, "Where is I don't know what
Nikolai?
name? No,
Nikolai?
not in the original. I mean,
Oh.
and then they're like, "You're a woman," and then she's like, "Yeah," because that happens at the end. And I was like rooting for more towards the end, and then when it happens in chapter 8, I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
I did like the part when he challenges her to an archery tournament or whatever, and then she like shows him up and then feels bad and tries to miss, and then everyone knows she purposely missed.
And then she accidentally almost hit him, and then he's like, he's doing it on purpose.
It's like, what is wrong with this boy? He's trying to kill me. And she's like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, what are we doing?
Why am I standing out? Why am I standing out? Hide, be
And then he's
invisible.
like,
that didn't work.
so offended and wounded his pride that he has to like beat her up on the battlefield with the sword fighting tournament.
Yeah.
And then he feels so bad, like maybe I seriously injured the boy. Oh no.
We're about to go to battle, and yesterday I hurt him. Like, because that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then with Andreas and her friend. I love how he reacts to that, and he's like so mad and like protective of her.
Yeah, I love
so
that.
cute.
He's like a overprotective little brother.
Yeah.
He's adorable.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably my favorite character.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the only one
with sense.
Yeah.
Well, except for when he locked her in the room.
Yeah.
I would have done the same thing.
Like, I'm torn because, like, yeah.
I would have wanted to do the same thing, but I don't think I actually would because I wouldn't want someone to lock me in the closet because they think they know what's better for me. Because that's still my choice.
Yeah, but guys are just stupid like that.
Yeah. Well, obviously, the fact that
they don't think that we can fight for ourselves.
Yeah.
And they don't want us to have to.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they still have our, the protective instinct, and they need to be the protectors.
Yeah. Like, what's his name said, Wolfgang said at the end, are you always going to be this stubborn? I'm always going to want to protect you, but are you always going to be this stubborn when I try to? And she's just like, we're both stubborn. Like,
that sounds like my marriage. Seriously.
Do you need to talk about something? No, just kidding.
We're both stubborn. Mm-hmm. Our star sign is both Taurus, and we're both bulls. If that says anything, which if you put stock in that. But seriously, we are both so bullheaded. It's ridiculous.
I'm an Aquarius.
Yeah.
Apparently my element is water.
Whatever that means.
I have no idea.
I really don't know anything else other than the fact that I'm a bull, so that's all I know. And we both. And it's very clear in her almost 2-year-old self that she's so stubborn. But where does she get it? It's pretty clear. Both of her parents. You've got to be stubborn to survive.
Well, that and like, okay, so 2 stubborn people have a baby. It just stands to reason that the baby is going to be twice as stubborn as them because it has 2 stubborn parents.
Is that how that works?
I don't know. I'm just doing the math.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. I felt like it was way too preachy.
It did get very, like, weirdly religious.
Yeah. We are Christians, okay? We are Christians, and so I'm okay with faith-based. And at first I was like, oh, this is cool. But then it got so, like...
Well, and it's hard because it's like the Crusaders were trying to force their religion on people, and they felt justified in their war because of they were fighting for their religion. Mm-hmm. But they were so misled that it's just sickening to think. Especially considering that really did kind of happen in like the medieval times and stuff, where there were so many wars of our religion's better than yours, so you must die or conform. And it was like the purification going on was just so creepy. and I can't even imagine justifying that because as a Christian, it goes against so much of what we believe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, and then it got all really like creepy in the sense of like when they were doing the inner monologues for like the smallest scenes probably, and then their like inner monologue is like 2 years long, and they're like, oh, do they like? Oh, I wish he would kiss me. I wish I could kiss her.
Yeah.
You know, like just the going back and forth, kind of like lusting after one another. You're like, how can you go from the like
the piety and then the lust, and then I'm like, wait a second, these two don't add up.
Yeah, and it's kind of creepy because like it's just
so
over
the
the
two
top.
girls never been in a relationship.
I don't understand how that correlates.
Anyway,
What? It like we can say if kissing or lusting after someone is too much.
yeah,
Okay.
too Twitter faded.
Yeah, but when you're in love, it's like it consumes your thoughts all the time.
Okay, I get that.
It can
But did
be
you lust
annoying.
after Daniel before you guys were married?
Okay, that is a
Do you
really
really
deep
want to
question.
know
No,
the
I
answer to that
don't.
question? Because
I
I mean,
mean, strike that from the record.
that's what I'm trying to say. It's like it's realistic.
Okay.
To an extent.
Except for the fact that it was so annoying.
It is annoying, especially when you're living it. It's like, why can't I think about anything else?
Okay,
You know
but
what?
like, did you
I was-
continually ask yourself in your head, I wonder if he likes me?
No,
because he was
because
very
we were
forthright.
both very no nonsense kind of. We know what we want.
Intentions.
And we're stubborn bulls. Hello, we say what we want and we get what we want.
this
one
is
way or
really
the
gone
other.
off the rails.
Okay, so
And I hate relationships that are like constantly not communicating, and that's the problem with that relationship. There was no communication.
Yeah.
And
but
that's
it
the
was
problem with a lot of
obvious.
relationships.
It was so obvious. I mean, besides the fact that we knew their inner thoughts, it was totally obvious. Like even the people
Everyone around
them.
them. Like, and then the like Duke and Duchess or whatever were trying to put them in together, and they're so that they could spend time together.
Yeah.
I was like, that's so
I was mad.
hilarious.
I was like, I didn't like that. I'm like, you know what? Especially because they're lusting after each
Well,
other.
and then
They
the
need
other
they need some
soldiers
space.
got mad about it because they're like, seriously, do you always have to be on duty together
Yeah.
and whatever? And basically, you're just on dates the whole time instead of actually doing your jobs.
Yeah.
So it was really kind of annoying, that part.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And the one soldier.
Oh, he was a jerk.
Yeah, I'm like, creepo. Seriously? The fact that he even tried in front of Wolfgang?
But no, it was
They
like,
were off to the
it
like
was
side.
so weird. Like all of a sudden
No.
he just gets really closer, and she's like,
I
I get a
know.
sense of something's happening.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's like, so you guys go out to be together a lot, and then she's like, what?
What you say, boy?
And then
She
he's
threatened him with a
he's
knife.
like, oh, so you're not a thing? And she's like,
And he's
no.
like, well, do you want to be with me? And she's like, get the heck away from me.
Hey, no.
Which I was like, good for her.
She
Yeah,
did handle
but-
it pretty well.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I probably would have at least done some more damage.
But like, how Wolfgang responded, like, what did he say to you? I'm like, she obviously handled it. Like,
Yeah, but he
clearly
wanted
she
to know.
I think that was one
He
thing that
wanted to-
definitely irritated me after he found out that she was a woman, was how he was constantly worrying about her safety, constantly questioning her ability and her decision making. That really irritated me.
There's
It was
caring,
like all of a
and then
sudden
there's
this
that.
like misogynistic side really showed through.
Yeah, I'm like, hello. Before this, you thought she was a man. She proved herself in battle. Heck, she proved herself resourceful when she decided to scale a cliff to save the castle when nobody else thought of that. So clearly, she is capable of making good decisions, capable of taking care of herself, and that she is a competent warrior.
But suddenly, because she doesn't have man parts, she's not able to stand up for herself.
Ugh.
Yeah, well, it is also more dangerous. Creepo's like, that other guy.
Yeah, but why would you mess with someone that you know is the hero of battles?
Because
I feel like
it's
don't
like
know.
it's like a trophy to be like, she's just a conquest to be won.
well,
Yeah.
that and they're surrounded by men and she's the only woman.
She's not the only one when they're in the castle.
True. But you know what I mean, like
the
that.
only accessible woman. I guess
Yeah,
you could
like
say.
so.
Gross.
But like it's still like she earned their respect before they found out. So you would, I don't know.
I think when it came to her being a woman and then they finding out and all of that, I feel like they accepted her like
Way too fast.
Yeah.
not too fast. Like they didn't question it enough. I mean,
Yeah.
I was
feel
getting
like
ready for stuff to blow up when it happened, and then it was just like anticlimactic.
yeah, like
I feel like it would have been more realistic if like the soldier she was fighting with had a real problem with it, and then when the Duke found out, he was just like, I don't like it, but okay, you proved yourself. And so then everybody else accepts her or something like that. But even that doesn't feel realistic. And it's just like, I don't know how you could have handled it, but I just don't think that was the way to handle it.
yeah, it's hard to say because I feel like in reality, the penalty was death.
Yeah.
And
Excommunication,
nobody
death.
straight out said that was the penalty. So I feel like she tried to not make that, like, unless nobody thought that a woman would try to be a man or fight in a war or anything. So they're just like, well, we'll not even go there because we don't think anyone's gonna do it. But
I thought it was really creepy in the beginning when her dad was like in the back room getting embalmed and stuff, and
Yeah.
dead, and they're trying to make it so they don't know that he's dead.
Yeah.
That was really creepy.
that was weird. They're sitting there mourning. Well, her mom is, and
Then a soldier comes in like, your husband's been summoned to the war. He must comply or lose his house. And then she's like, okay. Well, he's not here right now, but hopefully he'll be back by then.
And then she's like, well, he's kind of sick. Yeah.
And I'm just like, girl.
yeah, so sick he'd go.
Can you imagine a system that requires you to do something that drastic?
Yeah.
Because it's like she's literally panicking that she's going to get thrown out on the street because her husband died.
And that's why Mulan does it. And you know what? Like, the guys, first of all, I feel like that's really impertinent of them to be like, well, why are you doing it? Just because you want to be a man or because you want to fight or what?
Like,
no, she has
way.
multiple reasons why she did what she did.
Yeah.
But the fact that you think that you have to ask is kind of ridiculous.
Well, think about it.
Why are you
Like,
in the
why do you
war?
have the right to justify the fact if it's enough of a reason to actually have done it?
Well, think about it. If the risk really is excommunication and death, who would risk that
for no reason?
For no reason,
Right.
for no good reason. You would only do that as a
They
last
just wanted
resort.
some gossip. They're like, tell me the story. Why did you do this?
Yeah.
It sounds interesting and
Like, why would you do that?
I mean, cute.
My book almost fell over. All right, I am nominating "The Day They Came to Arrest the Book" by Nat Henoff. Okay. Who would have believed that the adventures of Huckleberry Finn could cause the worst crisis in the history of George Mason High School? Certainly not Barney Roth, editor of the school paper. But when a small but vocal group of students and parents decide that the book is racist, sexist, and immoral and should be removed from the shelves of the library, Barney takes matters into his own hands. When the Huck Finn issue comes up for a hearing, Barney decides to print his story about previous censorship efforts at school. He's sure the investigative reporting and publicity can help the cause, but is he too late to turn back the tide of censorship?
wow.
Yeah, I know. We talked about it, and I thought we discussed that was very deep.
It's a really short book.
I'm obviously choosing to do it, so.
Okay, my nomination is The Siren, which is totally like the
Oh, is that the one with the ocean and the?
And then she kills people?
Can I read it?
Sorry, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Celine is a siren bound to serve the ocean by luring humans to their watery graves with her voice, which is deadly to any human who hears it. Eclin is a kind, handsome boy who's everything Celine ever dreamed of. Falling in love puts them both in danger. But will Celine risk everything to follow her heart? This star-crossed young adult romance is sure to captivate readers who grew up loving The Little Mermaid or fans of Jennifer Donnelly's Waterfire saga. Originally self-published, The Siren has been completely rewritten for this edition. There you go. That's all it has. That's all it says. Weird. Anyway, there you go.
My book is. Did you say who's from?
Oh, Kiara Cass.
Cover's pretty. I don't know if you can see it on screen.
Yeah, okay.
It's kind of hard with digital.
Mine doesn't have a picture, but The Summer of Broken Things by Margaret Peterson Haddix. 14-year-old Avery and 16-year-old Kayla, once good friends, begrudgingly travel to Spain together for a summer vacation where they uncover a secret their families keep hidden from them their entire lives. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, I voted first last time, so I'm not voting first.
Maria, since you didn't get to vote last time.
Oh, snap.
Okay, I vote for mine.
Have you ever not voted for yours? I'm
Yes.
just
I
curious.
voted for Harry Potter. We did it unanimously. That was Brittany's. I
Ooh.
voted for
One.
voted for one of yours, I think. I
Okay.
don't remember which one.
Sarah?
Yours.
Mine? I was going to vote for yours.
Well, this is awkward.
Okay. I will switch my vote to mine then.
Oh my god.
You can't just switch vote like that. We talked about this last time.
Okay. Should we
Wait,
do
how
rock,
do we do tiebreakers though? We never discussed this.
Give me your phone and the book.
No, that won't work.
What do you think I'm gonna do?
I don't know. Close your eyes and pick one.
No, I can feel the difference.
That's what I was gonna say.
No, I was gonna stand up, hold them behind my back, and mix it, and the point. No,
Here, hold them up. I'll do any, mini, miny, mo.
We'll have Ashley be the tiebreaker. Ashley, can you come be our tiebreaker?
Okay, you
She's
read
coming.
it.
She doesn't need to see it. She should just go eeny, meeny, miny, mo or something. Well, I guess we could read it to her.
Yeah.
Because she's gonna have to listen to our books anyway, probably, because of the car ride home.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, depending on when you leave.
You're watching us from the other room.
That's so funny. Okay,
I
so
didn't need
this is
notification.
Ashley. I'm sure, I don't know, has she been in our video before?
Yeah. Not in these, but in
Another
other
one.
ones.
She's been on the channel.
Yeah.
So what's the verdict?
Okay, so we all pick different books. So
Yeah.
we need you to break the tie, which is three-way tie.
Yeah. Which books?
We'll start
So,
with Brittany.
The day they came to arrest the book, who would have believed Nathan High School? Certainly not Barney Roth, editor of the school paper. But when a small but vocal group of students and parents decide that the book is racist, sexist, and immoral, and should be removed from the shelves of the library, Barney takes matters into his own hands. When the Huck Finn issue comes up for a hearing, Barney decides to print his story about previous censorship efforts at his school. He's sure to earn back the tide of censorship.
And then mine is The Summer of Broken Things. 14-year-old Avery and 16-year-old Kayla, once good friends, begrudgingly travel to Spain together for a summer vacation where they uncover a secret their families kept hidden from them their entire lives.
And then mine is The Siren, which is Colleen is a siren bound to serve the ocean by luring humans to their watery graves with her voice, which is deadly to any human who hears it. Eclin is human, a kind, handsome boy who's everything Colleen ever dreamed of. Falling in love puts them both in danger, but will Colleen risk everything to follow her heart?
Alright, pick one.
So there's a romance, and then a weird teenage one, and then a racist book. That one makes me really sad, honestly.
Yeah.
This one?
Yes, because I love Huck Finn.
That's like a
Yeah.
super serious topic.
Anyway,
It's like so
what do you think?
down.
I mean, Bernie's one sounds the most interesting. There wasn't very much information on Maria's
That's some
description of it.
You want me to find a better description? Because like that's just the library.
Possibly.
Maybe I'll find
And then, of course, you know how I feel about romance.
I know, as I'm reading,
Sirens.
I'm like, she's never gonna pick this one.
Personally, but I'm not the one reading it.
I
so
think that's the one that we read.
Don't
when
you
we
read with
when we
us?
read that when Sarah
You
was
read the last
watching.
one with us.
that was the first one I read with you guys.
Well, that and
But I was forced to. So.
The Prisoner of Azkaban you did with us too.
Unofficially, yes.
I didn't. No, I didn't. I only read the first. I was there for the first part of it, but then I left.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Daniel was so confused why I started in the middle of the series. He's like, "You're reading Harry Potter series again?" Because we just did last year. We did all of them.
Oh,
And I'm like, "No, just this one." Okay.
because we're going through it. We're on Goblet of Fire, which will probably be the one that we listen to on the way home. Possibly, maybe. We don't know. All right.
Are we waiting for more information? Is that what's happening?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what she asked for.
Does that say DuckDuckGo?
Yeah, that's my search engine.
That's her new one.
I think I remember Brenda talking about that.
Yeah, they're safe.
This was released in 1982.
Are you using the laptop? It's kind of like the audio on the laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you can understand it once you put the volume up a lot, but it's like kind of
Are we too muffled?
it's kind of a little bit muffled,
We're too
echoey, like not
Maybe
echoey,
that'll be better?
but
I just
maybe
jacked up the.
Sorry if you can't hear.
Wait,
me.
that was our
We're
volume.
blowing your ears
Yeah,
out.
I'm like, what are you?
Maybe
Yeah,
I won't,
Is
'cause
that
I'm just
recording?
doing.
Oh, so it's recording on there.
I don't know.
It's
Okay,
really
I
recording.
got the more description.
Oh, I bumped an eye out.
Okay, so 14-year-old Avery is authentic, rich, and pretty. 16-year-old Kayla is known as Butt Girl at school because her last name is Butts. The two girls were friends as little kids, but that's ancient history now. So it's a huge surprise when Avery's father offers to bring Kayla along on a summer trip to Spain. Avery is horrified that her father thinks he can choose her friends and make her miss soccer camp. Kayla struggles just to imagine leaving the confines of her small town. But in Spain, the two uncover a secret their families have hidden from both of them their entire lives. Maybe the girls can put aside their differences and work through it together. Or maybe the lies and betrayal will only push them and their families further apart.
It sounds like they're twins, and that's the secret.
They're not
like
even the same
sisters.
age.
Or sisters, maybe.
Why would that push their families apart?
Maybe if it was like they're half siblings and it was like the dad
Oh,
cheating
yeah,
on the
that kind
mom.
of-
Okay, really?
They're probably
This
related.
isn't an analyze the book. This is a pick.
I don't know. All right, Ashley.
I'm just saying, it kind of sounds like I'm gonna have to go with Sarah's one.
You're gonna pick the siren?
Yeah, that's funny.
It sounds most interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
Which one? The Siren by.
The siren one.
Kiara Cass.
All right. After we're done streaming, I will find a link and I'll post it in a comment down below. I hope you enjoyed today's book club.
Also, she's 30 now. It was her birthday yesterday.
You should never say a lady's age.
Oh wow.
It's happy birthday.
Thank you.
We're both old. We're old.
You're married with a kid.
So, where'd the cheese go?
She's in there.
Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you next time.
Bye.
Let's see if I can figure out how to end this stream.
Also, thank you, Ashley.
Yeah, thanks, Ashley.
Yes.